Well, Bill Shorten may be optimistic about the health of federal Labor, but there's real strife at the local level. One of the co-authors of the report into Labor's electoral woes following the 2010 federal result, Senator John Faulkner, has seen his own branch collapse. Glebe in inner Sydney has a long Labor tradition, and on Sunday party members met to try to revive the branch. The collapse is symbolic of the broader problems facing Labor as membership ebbs and the Greens claim some of their turf. Steve Kinane reports.
The inner Sydney suburb of Glebe has been sacred ground for Labor.
Its significance is enormous. Glebe is in one of the branches in the arc of the party's birth. It goes back to 1891. Uniquely in all of Australia, it has a history written of it by Professor Michael Hogan.
Glebe used to be the home to 4 Labor branches.
4 became 2, became 1, has become nothing. Where there used to be 800 to 1,000 members, there are now no branches. It meant that in recent months, not even 7 people could be bothered to go to 3 meetings in a row.
Once a branch fails to meet for 3 months, it becomes defunct. On Sunday, party members gathered at a Glebe pub to revive the branch.
Those in favour say and indicate aye. Aye. Contrary no. Declare it carried.
Senator John Faulkner has been a party member in Glebe for over 30 years.
The last few months where the branch has lost its charter, obviously disappointing to us all, but a lot of resolve here to get the party up and running again in this suburb.
John Faulkner co-authored a report that warned if the party did not become more democratic, then more branches would collapse. Now it's happened to his own branch.
The key point is to give party members a real say, give them a reason to be involved in who represents them in Parliament, in the policy of the party and in the direction of the party and in the administration of the party.
While the Labor Party preaches the benefits of competition in economic policy, party pre-selections are a different matter.
That's for Belinda.
At the last federal election, just 6 out of 48 Labor candidates in New South Wales faced a contested rank-and-file ballot. 36 were pre-selected unopposed in ballots, with 6 candidates parachuted in by head office. But all that could be about to change.
New South Wales Labor will be launching our round of federal pre-selections immediately following our conference in the second half of July. I believe that we should move towards holding rank-and-file pre-selections across the state.
Sam Dastyari is the General Secretary of the New South Wales ALP. He was behind the recent trial of a primary-style pre-selection for Labor's candidate for Lord Mayor of Sydney.
We're going to continue that trial. We're soon going to be announcing 5 winnable state seats at the next state election that we will be holding a community primary process for. But I believe the Labor Party has to be prepared to embrace this kind of democratic reform. The more people that are involved in making decisions in the Labor Party, as a rule, the better those decisions will be.
But Rodney Cavalier is not convinced the move to primaries will do anything to improve the party's organisation.
Elections are won and polling booths are staffed by people turning out in all weathers and doing hard yards and going from door to door and being at street corners and shopping centres. Now, how many of those people who vote will actually turn out to help Labor in the inner city elections and back up for the coming federal election? It will be a very interesting question.
Former New South Wales Education Minister Verity Firth thinks the recent primary has helped with the revival of the Glebe branch.
We've just had the big community pre-selection, and I think maybe some of that energy was back in the room, having just had a big community pre-selection. So I like to think we can build from here.
And Labor has some building to do. According to party figures, their membership in New South Wales has halved in the past decade. But Sam Dastyari remains optimistic that the party can revive its membership. He says the New South Wales branch has signed up 2,000 new members this year.
Last week we launched our online branch of the Labor Party. 500 people registered to participate. 500 people were prepared to join an online branch. The reality is how people participate is changing.
But the ALP continues to struggle to reform itself. When the recommendations of the Brax-Carr-Faulkner report were put to the National Conference last year, less than half of the 31 recommendations were fully adopted, including the key proposal to reduce pre-selection intervention. Steve Kinane, Late Line.